Shebrew royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit. Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty.
Shalom, shalom, royal family. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in with your beautiful royal selves. Come on in. Come on in. As you come in, please do me a favor. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let everyone know that we are live, Come on in. Come on in. Also, as you come in, not only hit that like button, share, and subscribe, but please drop a comment in the comment box to let me know that you are here. Hit that notification bell, drop a comment in the comment box, hit that like button, all of the above. Come on in. Come on in. We are back. Let us get this royal tea party started. Let us do that. Let us get this royal tea party started. Come on in, sisters. And I don't know, there are some brothers that have been watching the show as well. So whoever is here, hit that like button, share, subscribe, and that notification bell so you can remember every Sunday when we go live. So before I go any further, I have to do what I do every single Sunday when I come here. First thing that we want to do is give a huge shout out of praise to the Almighty. AHAYAH, ASHAR, AHAYAH, I am that I am, the God of the Hebrews and the Shebrews, in the name of his Son, YASHAYA, whom the world calls Jesus Christ. YASHAYA HaMashiach, who the world calls Jesus Christ, and the RAWACH, whom the world calls the Holy Spirit, right? So yes, we have to give them, our Godhead, a huge shout out first thing, because praise the Almighty, he is the reason why we are here today. So we give him all praise, honor, and glory. And we just thank the Most High in the name of his Son, YASHAYA, and the RAWACH for another blessed Sunday. So I'm your hostess, QADASH, and I humbly thank you for joining me on this broadcast today. Thank you so much. So, sisters, as you come in, I want to know, how was your week? How was your week? I pray that everyone had an amazing and blessed week. I pray that you did, and a restful Shabbat. Yes, as usual, my Shabbat was amazing as usual. It was so good to gather with the body, and just had an amazing day yesterday. And then today started off on such an amazing and great note. We went hiking this morning. We had a hike this morning, and I am telling you, the children showed up. They showed out. They were out there hiking with us first thing this morning. Such a beautiful time. Such a beautiful time. So yes, all praises to the Most High for bringing us back another Sunday. Yes. So before moving forward, let's move on to these disclaimers, get them out of the way, all right, so that we can jump right in to our show for the night, which is going to be another very informative and exciting show. So before moving forward, let's get these disclaimers out of the way. Like I mentioned earlier, hey sis, oh, you were able to get in. You were able to get in this time. All praises. It's good to see you. Oh my goodness. So YouTube finally allowed you to get on. Good to see you. So let me start by saying tea time with Shebrew royalty is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, right? And we get that. That's okay. But if you happen upon this channel and you realize that you don't agree with our beliefs, our lifestyle, that's okay as well. What I do ask is that you continue to search YouTube until you find your perfect cup of tea and your perfect flavor, because you owe that to yourself. And what I ask again is that you please not leave any derogatory statements or comments, because why? That would be distasteful. So we thank you in advance, and we really wish you well on your journey to finding your perfect cup of tea. Also, although I am a retired but still licensed physician assistant, functional nutrition informed professional, CPR and BLS and wilderness first aid instructor, and I will be touching on topics of health and wellness on my broadcasts, we will not be utilizing this platform to diagnose or treat anyone's illnesses. If you are experiencing any medical problems whatsoever, please consult your healthcare practitioner. And the views that you will hear on this channel are the views of myself or my guests, and not those of any particular church or organization. Some videos and materials may feature foods, herbal teas, nutritional supplements, and skin or hair care products offered through Shebrew Royalty LLC. These products are not evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Results may vary, and individuals with allergies, underlying health conditions, or who are pregnant or nursing should consult a qualified health professional before using any product or adopting any wellness recommendation shared on this platform or the Shebrew Royalty LLC website. By watching this channel, you acknowledge and agree that you do so at your own risk. The creators, guests, and affiliates of this channel are not liable for any injury, loss, or damage allegedly arising from any information, suggestions, or practices shared here. So, sisters, let's move on. Let's move on to our featured product of the night. Because, every week we have been featuring a product from our Shebrew Royalty Temple Treasures or Hebrew Royalty product lines. And we have so many incredible organic, natural products, and sometimes it's really difficult to choose. But now, more than ever, that choice is becoming even more difficult. And why? Because we are adding new products. Just when you thought that, we couldn't do anything more, oh boy, wait until you see what we've got coming up, right? So before I share the actual featured product for the night, it is my pleasure to introduce our newest collection. Yes, Khan, we have a new collection, and I am so excited about this new collection. And the reason I'm so excited is because many of you have been asking me to do this for a while. And although you may not think that I've been listening, I've been listening. And so let's talk about what this new collection is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that up on the screen so you are able to see what I am talking about here. Give me just a second. So here we go. This is our newest collection. It is called the Royal Apothecary Experiences. The Royal Apothecary Experiences. So how many of you are familiar with the term apothecary? How many of you are familiar with that term? Apothecary. So back in the day, that's what the pharmacies were called. Back in the day, before pharmacies and pharmacists and the chemists took over, even in biblical, even in the Bible, you will see the term apothecary. And so an apothecary is either referred to as an individual that makes these herbal supplements and also oils and different fragrances. That is what an apothecary is referred to. And if you go into Exodus, I think it is Exodus 30, if I'm not mistaken, and 25 and Exodus 30 and 35, you will see that, the word apothecary is in the Bible. So we are creating, and I don't know if you remember when we had those shows on the basically preparing for wilderness, and we were talking about the wilderness first aid, and we were talking about the first aid kits and how to make herbal supplements and products from herbs. And so that is what we will be offering that's actually some of the products that we will be offering. This Royal Apothecary is going to be, wow, it's going to be really amazing. And let me get that up here for you. Let's talk about it. So it says here, welcome to the world. And this is going to go more in depth about what this collection is all about, because it's just so much. Welcome to the world of Royal Apothecary experiences, where the timeless wisdom of botanical wellness and intentional self-care, thoroughly curated by Shebrew royalty. Each Royal Apothecary experience is designed to support a specific area of wellness through carefully selected herbal, beauty, and self-care products that work together in harmony. More than a collection of products, these experiences are purposeful journeys created to nurture the body, encourage restoration, and promote holistic well-being. Inspired by traditional apothecary practices and rooted in the belief that wellness is both an inward and outward journey, our experiences combine handcrafted remedies, botanical formulations, herbal infusions, and luxurious self-care essentials to help you create meaningful moments of restoration. And you'll understand more when I actually bring up the product for tonight. Whether your focus is feminine wellness, hair and scalp nourishment, muscle recovery, relaxation, skin radiance, vitality, or seasonal wellness support, each Royal Apothecary experience is thoughtfully assembled to help you care for yourself with intention and grace. And so let's talk about the Royal Apothecary difference, what this means. These are purposefully curated for specific wellness goals: botanical ingredients and herbal traditions, handcrafted wellness and self-care products, luxury meets functionality, designed to support whole person wellness. And so these experiences are designed for feminine wellness and self-care, hair growth and scalp health, muscle recovery and restoration, skin health and radiance, relaxation and stress relief, seasonal wellness support, daily nourishment and vitality, and men's wellness and grooming as well. So, from soothing herbal teas and restorative bath soaks to nurturing body care, wellness oils, tinctures, and botanical remedies, every Royal Apothecary experience is crafted to help you embrace wellness as a lifestyle, not just a moment. And that's the difference. It's not just about a moment. It's not just about putting some, some body butter on or getting in the tub and soaking. It's a whole experience. Whether you're seeking support for a specific wellness goal or simply creating space to care for yourself more intentionally, our Royal Apothecary experiences invite you to slow down, restore, and experience wellness fit for royalty. And so here's where you go to shop. Here's where you go to shop. And this is actually, here we go. This is our first apothecary experience. And it is the Sacred Femininity Self-Care Experience. And we're just going to go over to the shop so you can actually see what this is about. Shop here. Give me just a second. I'm going there with you. And sisters, you're going to notice there's a big difference on the website as well. I've done some upgrades and some updating on the website. So here is our new collection. And I've been having a lot of sisters asking me about bundles. When are you going to offer bundles rather than just single items? So here we are. These are bundles. These come together as a whole experience. Basically, all of these products work synergistically together for whatever the goal is. And in this case, with the sacred femininity experience, this is our product for the night. Our featured product for the night is the sacred femininity experience. And for those of you that were here last week, I featured the I think it was the bath soak. It was either the bath soak or the body butter, and also the femininity. And I did mention that this week I was going to throw something new in, and voila, here we are. Here we are. So this is what the sacred femininity experience looks like, sisters. It's all three. It is the bath soak, the body butter, and the femininity. And this is a self-care experience. So let's go here so you can see what this is all about. Here we go. And let's click on it. And these are not sold individually. This is sold as a package, and that's why it's an experience. It's a bundle. And because you're not buying them individually, you actually get a pretty good discount with bundling them. So here we go. It says, honor your femininity, nourish your body, embrace your glow. So what comes in this kit with this trio? It says, indulge in the ultimate self-care experience with the Sacred Femininity Trio, a luxurious collection thoughtfully curated to nurture your body, soothe your spirit, and celebrate the beauty of womanhood. This elegant trio combines the common embrace of a botanical mineral soak. So here's the soak right back here. Mineral soak, the rich nourishment of a velvety butter right here, oh my gosh, and the aroma, and the comfort and balance of handcrafted herbal tea blend. Here we go, right here, creating a complete experience of relaxation, restoration, and feminine wellness. So this is a self-care package. And let's talk about the soak. The Sacred Femininity Bath Soak is a luxurious blend. Let's scroll down here for you. A luxurious blend of mineral-rich salts, botanicals, and soothing essential oils designed to help ease tension, soften the skin, and transform your bath into a peaceful sanctuary. And I'm not going to go into all of the ingredients, but you can read them right there. Next up is the Sacred Femininity Body Butter, which is a deeply moisturizing body butter. Here we go. Crafted with rich botanical butters and nourishing oils to leave your skin feeling silky, soft, radiant, and beautifully hydrated. And for those of you that have tried our body butters, that's exactly what you've been experiencing. I know, because I get the feedback. I get the feedback from you all, and I know how my skin feels with these body butters and the bath soaks. So on top of that, now we have the femininity, which is a comforting herbal tea blend thoughtfully created to support balance, relaxation, and daily wellness while offering a delicious moment of self-care with every sip. And actually, that is my cup of tea for the night. So, the sacred femininity experience. Number one is soak, relax, and unwind in a warm bath infused with sacred botanicals. Nourish, massage your skin. Oh my goodness, massage your skin with rich, luxurious body butter for lasting softness and hydration. And then sip. Enjoy a comforting cup of femininity as you embrace a moment of peace and relaxation. What a way to, end the day, to do this for yourself, to be able to have this self-care. And once again, it's perfect for self-care evenings, stress relief, and relaxation, spa at home experience, gift giving, celebrating feminine wellness, creating intentional moments of rest and renewal. Who doesn't need that? Oh my goodness. We all do. So the Sacred Femininity Trio, this experience, soak, nourish, and sip. Because becoming your most radiant self begins with caring for the woman within. Nourish, flourish, and glow. So that is our first. Here we go. Experience in the Royal Apothecary Experiences collection. More to come. More to come. This is just the beginning. So sisters, tell me, what do you think about that collection? What do you think about that bundle? Is that a great way to start or what? Shalom, sisters. Who has joined? Who has joined? Let's see. Sister Kida is here. Shalom, sis. Shalom. Sister Habkarad is here. No problem. No problem, sis, for being late. You are here. All praises to the Most High. What did you all think about that? The new collection. I know, Sister Habkarad, you have been asking me about bundles. So here we are. This is the first bundle, because with the experiences, like I mentioned, they're not going to be, we still have, of course, our temple treasures and our Hebrew royalty collections where you can buy individual items. But the Royal Apothecary Experiences is just that. These are bundles. And these bundles are going to be focused on specific intentions. Let me just put it that way. Sister Habkara said, I'll have to check it out, but I'm excited. All praises, sis. I'm really excited because I have so many new ideas for these bundles, and you all are going to really love these bundles that are coming up. I just can't bring all of them out at once, but probably one a week, at least to start. So next week, I already know the next bundle that we're going to have next week. I'm just working on that right now. So, all right. Exciting stuff. And I've already revealed my cup of tea tonight. My cup of tea is femininity. And I know it was last week's cup of tea also. But guess what? I'm having it again this week because it's so good and it bundles really well. Wow. That tea really is delicious. How many of you have tried the femininity? And what do you think? What do you think of it? I really like it. It is mild. It is, that spearmint. It's just so delicious. And once again, this was the tea that I featured last week. So I'm not going to go into all the details about the tea like I usually do. Plus, we just went over it with the featured product. So talk to me, sisters. What is your cup of tea tonight? What is your cup of tea? Let me know. What are you sipping on? If it's not tea, it may be some water. It may be juice. What are you sipping on tonight? Talk to me. Y'all are so quiet. Sister Kita says water. Awesome. Awesome. Gotta have that water. Yes, so I must give the disclaimer on the tea as well. So this tea is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Always consult a qualified health professional before beginning any herbal regimen. Consult a healthcare professional if pregnant, nursing, taking medications, or under medical care. All right, sisters. So that being said, without further ado, it is showtime. It is showtime. So shalom and welcome back to Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, where we explore remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. I'm your hostess, YASHAYA. So in this episode of Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, we are continuing our longevity series by exploring the Daniel fast. How many of you are familiar with the Daniel fast? Give me a thumbs up if you are, a thumbs down if you're not. How many of you are familiar or have even heard of the Daniel fast? Talk to me. So this is a simple, whole food, plant-based approach. It's inspired by biblical account of Daniel. I don't know how many of you have read the book of Daniel. Building on our previous discussion about the blue zones, we'll examine the remarkable similarities between these two lifestyles and what modern nutrition research tells us about the health benefits of eating closer to nature. Sister Habkarad says, I definitely did not know until you told me about it. Khan says, that's so amazing. Yeah. And it's been around for a while. But you know, we've had every time we turn around, there's a new diet, a new way to eat. And so something like the Daniel fast just kind of gets pushed aside while all of these other fads come into existence, and they come and they go and they come and they go. But you may not even realize that at some point you were probably on a Daniel fast and didn't even realize it. So we'll talk about it tonight, about what this fast is about, what it looks like, and you can let me know. Have you ever done this before? And now you're realizing, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that I was on a Daniel fast. We'll talk about it. So what if one of the world's oldest eating patterns could also be one of the healthiest? Because it is one of the world's oldest eating patterns. This started back, well, I'm sure it was before Daniel, but he made it popular. Let me just put it that way. So this episode focuses on the health and wellness principles of the Daniel fast and is intended for educational purposes, whether you're looking to improve your nutrition, reduce processed foods, support heart health, or simply learn more about healthy living. You'll discover practical tips you can begin using today. So in this episode, We'll explore what the Daniel fast is and what it isn't, foods to enjoy and foods commonly avoided, how the Daniel fast compares to the Blue Zone lifestyle, which we talked about last week. So if you haven't watched the video, if you haven't seen the video on the Blue Zone, you may want to go back and watch that as well. And the week prior to that, we talked about fasting. So, yes, and all of the different types of fast that, yes, the different types of fasts that there are. So potential health benefits supported by research, easy Daniel fast meal ideas, and those are fun. Those are really fun. Who should consult their healthcare provider before beginning, and 5 practical tips for a successful 21-day journey. Yes, sisters, this fast is a 21-day journey. And who knows, after the fast, you may just decide that you want to incorporate this just as a lifestyle change, right? Because there's so many great benefits to this fast. So you may also be surprised to learn that why whole food plants naturally support better health, how reducing ultra-processed foods may improve energy and digestion, why simplicity is often the foundation of lasting wellness. Yes, it doesn't have to be elaborate meals, just real simple meals. How small daily choices can create meaningful long-term health benefits. So last week, we traveled around the world learning from the Blue Zones, those remarkable communities where people regularly live in their 90s and even their hundreds, right? Past 100. So one thing stood out. The healthiest populations weren't relying on expensive supplements or miracle medications. Instead, they consistently embraced simple habits such as whole foods, plant-rich meals, minimal processed foods, regular movement, rest, strong relationships, and purpose. This is what we found, that all of these individuals that were centenarians that lived in these blue zones, this was their lifestyle, where they ate whole foods, plant-rich meals, minimal processed foods, and they incorporated regular movement into their daily routine, rest, strong relationships, and having a purpose to get up every day. So today's discussion takes us to another fascinating example of eating simply, the Daniel fast. So now before we begin, this is not intended to be a theological teaching. This is not a Bible lesson, right? Instead, we're looking at the Daniel fast through the lens of nutrition, wellness, and lifestyle, and asking, what can modern science learn from this ancient way of eating? So let's pour our tea. Those of us who are already sipping tea, let's sip our tea and let's get started. So what is the Daniel fast? What is the Daniel fast? The Daniel fast comes from the book of Daniel. According to the biblical account, Daniel chose to abstain from the king's rich foods and instead consumed a simple plant-based diet with water. So later in the book, Daniel also completed a 21-day period of avoiding rich and luxurious foods. Over the years, these passages have inspired what many people now call the Daniel fast. Although there are different versions of this Daniel fast, most include vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and beans, lentils, nuts, seeds, herbs, and water. The foods commonly avoided are meat, dairy, eggs, refined sugar, white flour, processed foods, fried foods, alcohol, artificial sweeteners. So, and many people also reduce caffeine. So unlike many popular diets, the Daniel fast isn't designed around calories. It's not about counting calories. It's centered around simplicity. It's really just a simple way of eating. So why does this sound so familiar? Remember what we learned from the Blue Zones. From the Blue Zones, most centenarians naturally eat diets that are rich in vegetables, beans, whole grains, fruit, healthy fats, minimal processed foods. So that should sound pretty familiar. Sounds like what we just discussed about the Daniel fast. So the similarities are pretty striking. Neither of these eating habits, I would say, emphasizes counting calories. Neither depends on expensive supplements. Neither revolve around highly processed convenience foods. Instead, both of these lifestyles encourage returning to foods that are close to their natural state. We're talking about whole foods. So, what does the research say? Although the Daniel fast began as a spiritual practice, researchers have also examined its potential health effects. So several small clinical studies have found that participants following a Daniel fast style eating pattern for about 3 weeks experienced improvements in their blood pressure, their LDL or bad cholesterol, oxidative stress markers, inflammation, insulin sensitivity, and overall diet quality. Many participants also reported more energy, better sleep, improved digestion, and reduced cravings. So it's important to note that many of these studies were relatively small, so more research is still needed. Still, the findings are consistent with what we know about diets rich in minimally processed plant foods. And the Blue Zones could actually be looked at as a large case study, right? Because they basically follow a diet that is so similar to the Daniel fast. And these people are living to be 90-year-olds and even past 100. So that speaks volumes. So why might these changes occur? The changes that we talked about, where people are having more energy, better sleep, improved digestion, their blood pressures are normalizing, their blood sugars are balancing out. And the reason is because this way of eating naturally increases fiber, increases vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, antioxidants. At the same time, it typically reduces added sugars, excess sodium, because processed foods, as we well know, has so much sodium. If you've ever looked at the ingredients on the back, the salt content in chips, potato chips, for those that eat, what are those called? Those TV dinners. Oh my goodness gracious. Processed food, period. Very, very high in sugars and sodium. And they're also high in processed fats, seed oils, all of these things that cause inflammation. So if someone chooses to try a Daniel fast meal, meals can still be colorful and satisfying. So some breakfast ideas, let's say if you choose to try the Daniel fast, a breakfast idea would be something like steel cut oats with berries, walnuts, and cinnamon. And that's how I love my oats. I pour all kinds of berries and strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, bananas. I put flaxseed on there. Yeah, I load up my oatmeal. My oatmeal becomes it's almost like a dinner. Fresh fruits with almonds. And lunch could be lentil soup, a chickpea salad, brown rice with roasted vegetables. And dinner, black bean chili, yummy, quinoa bowls, or a vegetable stew. Some snacks, fresh fruit, carrot sticks, hummus, mixed nuts, pumpkin seeds, and of course, herbal teas. Herbal teas. Yes, you can have your herbal tea with the Daniel fast, but unfortunately, for myself, because I love to put my honey in my teas. On the Daniel fast, I am going to have to eliminate the honey, but that's okay because these teas are delicious even without the honey. So there are plenty of delicious options without relying on processed foods. So there are so many health benefits beyond weight loss when it comes to the Daniel fast. Many people focus only on weight, but the Daniel fast may offer so much more. Some of these potential benefits include healthier digestions. We talked about that. More stable blood sugar, reduced inflammation, improved cholesterol, better heart health, healthier gut microbiome. And you all know, if you've been watching this show for a while, I am always talking about gut health because gut health is so important. If your gut is unhealthy, it's guaranteed that you're going to be dealing with a whole lot of health issues. So it's so important to clean the gut up. You're also going to notice reduced food cravings and a greater appreciation for natural foods. Many people also discover that slowing down their eating habits changes their relationship with food itself, if that makes sense. So let's see what this 21-day Daniel fast looks like. Well, for one thing, I don't know. There's this book. This book is called The Ultimate Guide to the Daniel Fast. I don't know if you can see that. And this is by Kristen Fiola. And I've had this book for many years, and I think I mentioned, was it last week or during the show that I had about fasting, that this was really my introduction to fasting after having tried a full fast. Yes, it didn't go really well going on a dry fast the first time. So I kind of backed up and said, let me start from scratch. And I actually started with the Daniel fast. And so this was my intro to fasting. And I really saw some incredible benefits with this fast. And that's why I wanted to bring it back, because I have not done the Daniel fast in a while. And the reason is because my diet normally is so similar to the Daniel fast, because for many, many years, I had not eaten any meats, had any dairy products, eat a lot of, I was mainly pescatarian. So with the Daniel fast, however, you don't eat any fish. So I really wanted to get back to the Daniel fast for a while, and I thought this was the perfect time to do that. But this book is a great way to break into the Daniel fast, because goes into, let's see, it starts off with an introduction, feast while you fast. It talks about why fast. She talks about her first Daniel fast, and then she goes into the fast, the types of fast, the Daniel fast, a biblical perspective on fasting, what fasting is and what it's not, creating your fasting plan. And yeah, it's very in depth. And then it goes into so many delicious recipes. You have so many delicious recipes here. I don't know if you all can see some of these pictures. Sister Karama and Sister Ada, welcome, welcome. So here are some of the recipes. There's a pineapple citrus muffin, almond butter bites, cinnamon roasted almonds, blackberry avocado and mango salad. Look at those. So get this book, sisters. Marinated vegetable salad, Ozark sunset fruit salad. There's a carrot, apple, and ginger soup. Wow. Rosemary split pea soup. Oh my goodness. More pictures. The Ultimate Guide to the Daniel Fast by Kristen Fiola. And then there's also recipes for juices, orange, blueberry, and spinach twist. And they really have some delicious desserts in here also. Where's that one? Here we go. Who has ever heard of a fruit pizza? Look at that. A fruit pizza. And this one has kiwi, blueberries, strawberries, bananas. Wow. So yes. But there's also a PDF that I want to share with you that you can just go ahead and download it. Let me drop that in the comment box for you all. And this PDF is called the 21-day Daniel Fast. And this is by another author, but they're very, very similar. I'm going to pull that up just so you can see it on the screen. So here it is. It is the 21-day Daniel Fast. It's a prayer guide and meal plan. And yeah, I'm focusing mainly on the meal plan, but of course with the Daniel Fast, you're going to definitely incorporate prayer in that. So this is what this PDF looks like. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you get to see. So here are the Daniel Fast approved foods, the Daniel Fast prohibited foods, and I'm going to go over those really quickly just so you can see what this looks like. I'm getting it on my screen here. So the approved foods, let's talk about those first. Those are vegetables, and it goes into, which vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans and legumes, oils such as coconut oil, olive oil, sesame, etc., but not for deep frying. No fried foods with the Daniel Fast. Nuts and seeds, unleavened bread, herbs, spices, and seasonings, and then beverages, water, some fruit juices, unsweetened, non-dairy milk. So no dairy. No dairy. And then let's see what foods are prohibited. Alcohol is prohibited during the 21-day fast. No added sugars. No meats. No dairy. No eggs are prohibited as well. Yeast is prohibited, so that hence the unleavened bread. Refined grains are prohibited. Processed foods, prohibited. Fried foods, solid fats such as butter, lard. Lard is prohibited every day of the year. No one should ever eat lard, okay? Margarine, shortening. Chocolate is prohibited. So those of you that love your chocolate, you won't have chocolate during the 21-day Daniel fast. And also caffeinated drinks are prohibited. No coffee. So, and it goes into day one. What does day one look like? And it actually has a whole menu there for you, what you should eat on day one. Make it really simple for you, right? And it goes all the way through day two. Has a whole eating plan here for you. All the way 21 days. You don't even have to think about it. Just go shopping and get all the ingredients that you're going to need for this 21-day fast. Let's look at some, you know what? I'm scrolling through this really fast, but let's just look at some of what a menu looks like for one day. Let's start with day one. What does day one look like? I'm going to scroll back to day one. So it says here, day one, I'm going right here. It talks about praying for the faith to stick and complete this challenge. So they go into that and they go into a scripture. And then for breakfast, berry oat breakfast bowl, and it tells you exactly what you need, the ingredients that you need. There's a snack, carrot sticks with almond butter. For lunch, you'll have vegetable stir fry with quinoa. That is so good. That is so good. Dinner, lentil soup. And the recipe is right here for you. Everything is right there. Everything is right there that you need. You don't have to figure out, well, what am I going to eat today? It's all here for you. Day two, spiced apple porridge. Snack, raw nuts and dried fruit. Lunch is chickpea salad. Dinner is stuffed sweet potatoes. And it goes on. There we go. Chickpea salad. Yes, it goes on for 21 days. For 21 days. And this book, the Ultimate Guide to the Daniel Fast, is very similar to that. It has all the recipes in here. And day one, day two, day three. But you actually get to mix and match if you don't like what's, on their menu for the day. You can actually add something else. So that being said, who should be cautious? Who should be cautious about this fast? Who is the author again? Sister Keita says, who is the author again? Oh, the author is Kristen, Kristen, Fiola, Feola, Kristen Fiola. Sister Paula says, what are you using on your skin? It's so beautiful. Oh, Tawada says, all praises to the Most High. My products. As a matter of fact, you asked that question. Today, I had my Melanin Majesty facial scrub. Today was a facial scrub day for me. So, yeah, and I do that about once a week. I try to do that about once a week, my facial scrub. And I use my body butters on my face. All praises to the Most High. The water says, we'll have to talk. We'll have to talk, Sister Paula. It's been a while since we've really talked, and we tried to catch up today, but we still have a lot of catching up to do. Yes. So who should generally be cautious about the Daniel fast? Because although it's generally a healthy eating plan for many adults, this approach isn't appropriate for everyone without planning. So, such as individuals with diabetes, especially those that are using insulin or medications that lower the blood sugar. You should work with your healthcare provider before making any major dietary changes, as medication adjustments may be needed, right? Especially since with this and many diets, many times you're cutting back on your calories. For those that count calories, you're cutting back on sugar. And so if you're accustomed to taking so much insulin, and you're cutting back on your sugars, whatever the case may be, you want to make sure that your medications are adjusted based on where you are at that time. So please do not embark on any diet plans or anything like that without first consulting your healthcare practitioner if you are taking medications. So others who should seek advice from their medical provider: pregnant or breastfeeding women, children, people with eating disorders, individuals with chronic kidney disease or medical conditions that require specialized diets. So if you're already on a specialized diet, then you definitely don't want to start a different diet without first consulting your healthcare provider. A sudden increase in fiber can cause temporary bloating or digestive discomfort. So increasing fiber gradually and drinking adequate water can help. Because this eating plan, this Daniel fast, is a very high fiber diet. So here are some tips for success if you are embarking on the Daniel fast. Be sure to plan your meals, and that's why that PDF that I gave you and also this book really helps, because you want to plan your meals. You don't want to wake up every day and have to think about, well, what am I going to eat today? Because that is not setting you up for success. If you already have it planned out, and if you already go to the grocery store and know, according to the eating plan that I'm on, this is what I'm going to need for my meals for 1 week. And you go to the grocery store and you buy everything that you need for the menu for the week. And then the following week, you do the same thing. Make sure that you're drinking plenty of water, especially with high fiber diets, right? You also need to make sure you're eating enough calories. And although this eating plan, the Daniel fast, it has the name fast on there, you're not going to be starving yourself to death. You're going to be eating pretty well. It's not a fast where you are doing a dry fast or anything like that. So you're going to eat enough calories if you stick to the eating plan. And you're going to also need to include protein-rich plant foods. Protein-rich plant foods. And prepare a healthy snack before your cravings strike. Carry a healthy snack with you. Nuts, grains. Right? And there's so many, like I said, there's so many desserts in here. A lot made with oats. So if you like oats, granola, here we go. Granola. There's a flatbread recipe in here. Corn muffins, cinnamon roasted almonds. That's a really good snack to pack. So success comes from preparation, not from perfection. So one lesson continues to appear whether we study the Blue Zones or the Daniel Fast, or many traditional cultures around the world. The body often thrives on simplicity. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. It really doesn't. Perhaps what we've complicated nutrition more than necessary. We have complicated nutrition more than is necessary. And that's because there are just so many diets to choose from out there. So many diets. And the worst is the SAD diet, right? The SAD diet, the standard American diet. That's the worst, where you're eating all kinds of fast foods, all kinds of junk food, all kinds of processed foods. That's not nutrition. And then maybe the answer isn't always a supplement. It's not always, oh, let me go get another supplement for this and another supplement for that. If we start learning how to eat properly, eliminate the junk, and eat all of the good stuff. The good stuff can actually taste good. I don't know where we've gotten this idea that healthy food is supposed to not be tasty. Healthy food is very tasty. You just have to know how to prepare it, right? Yeah, so we don't need another fad diet, and we definitely don't need another miracle product, right? There's so many miracle products out there, and have we seen any of the miracles? Have they really performed any of these miracles that they told us that they're supposed to perform? No, not really. So it's just about eating simply, returning to real food. That's the importance, is returning to real food and not these foods that are packaged in these plastic bags, you know. The chips, the French fries, especially those frozen fries, right? It's okay if you make your own fries at home, but not during the Daniel fast unless you're baking them. If you're baking them, cool, but no French fries. Fried French fries, let me put it that way. We need to return to food that is nourishing, food that supports the incredible design of the human body. So whether you choose to try the Daniel fast or simply begin adding more whole plant foods to your meals, every healthy choice is a step towards honoring your body. So you may not be ready to just jump right in with both feet into the Daniel fast. But what you can do is just gradually eliminate certain things that we talked about that needs to not be part of your eating plan, and start incorporating more of the healthy stuff. And before you know it, you'll be doing a Daniel fast, right? So that's the importance, is trying to get back to whole foods, get back to health. And that's not going to be found necessarily in just bottles of supplements or especially medications, right? So talk to me. How many of you, now that you're here, how many of you have tried the Daniel fast? How many of you have heard of the Daniel fast? How many now would like to embark on the Daniel fast? How many of you have any questions about the Daniel fast? I'm trying to get you all to communicate, to talk to me. Y'all are so silent. Sister Paula says, wow. Oh, are you talking about the skincare products? You said, wow. Who plans to try the Daniel fast? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Does anyone have any questions about the Daniel fast? So remember, healthy living isn't about perfection. It's about making consistent, intentional choices that honor your body, one meal, one habit, and one day at a time. Doesn't have to happen, all of it, overnight. It won't happen overnight. So there's a little, hold on just a second. Sister Karama says, I have done the Daniel fast and I'm going to in the month of August. All praises. All praises, sis. That's good to hear. Yay. Sister Kita says, I've heard of it, have tried briefly a day or two. I think I would need an accountability partner. Okay, you have one here. You have one here. I'm actually embarking on mine tomorrow. I'm starting mine tomorrow, my Daniel fast tomorrow. So I don't know if you're ready to, are you ready to start tomorrow, Sister Kita? Talk to me. You're probably going to need a few days to get ready for it, aren't you? Let me know. Oh, Ayandabar. Yes, I'm starting tomorrow. Let me know if you plan to start tomorrow as well. I did a soft launch. I did a soft launch this last week, preparing for the Daniel fast. And the reason why I didn't start last week, I really wanted to, but I didn't start, number one, because I knew I was going to have the show today. Number two was because I've been doing the kefir. I've been doing the kefir, and I just started maybe a month ago, with dairy yogurt. I had been dairy free for so long, and I just started on the kefir and the dairy yogurt. And I still had a little of both left, so I said, let me finish those off before jumping into the Daniel fast. And currently, it is not my intention to go back to the dairy products. I think I'm going to stick to the plant-based products that I was using before. Soft launch sounds like a good idea. Okay. I think you should do the soft launch, sis. Yes. Just start eliminating a few things and incorporating a few things, and then let me know when you're ready to go full force on the fast, because I don't think honestly, I don't think that after 21 days, I'm going to come off of it. I think I'm going to extend it way beyond that. And who knows? Who knows? I may just stay on it. But right now, I'm going to do the 21 days with the plan to extend it further out. So whenever you decide to start, I'll be here with you with it as your accountability partner. So let me just show this. There's something that I want to show you all. Give me just a second. So this is a comparison. This is the Daniel Fast, Ancient Wisdom for Modern Health. And let me just show this right there. Okay, can you all see that? And this just goes into, here it talks about the Blue Zones lifestyle and the Daniel Fast and their similarities. Their similarities. The Daniel Fast, foods to enjoy, foods to avoid. So let me know if any of you want this. I can figure a way to get it to you. Probably I can email it to you. There's delicious Daniel Fast meal ideas, healthy benefits beyond weight loss, all of the stuff that we discussed. Who should be cautious? Yeah, these are the things that I just went over. Your 5 tips for success. And your Daniel Fast grocery staples. These are the things that you should have, should purchase when you go to get your groceries for the fast. So yeah, just let me know if any of you want a copy of that. And I will make sure you get it. Where is? Okay. There we go. So is there anyone that wants a copy of that? Let me know. I wonder if I'm on the right chat. Did I miss you? Did I miss something that you were saying, Sister Paula? Did I miss? Let me see. I'm looking at my comments now. Sisters, can you see my comments? I can see your comments. Yes. So you said dandelion and rosemary and ginger and enjoying it. Dandelion and, oh, that's your tea. Dandelion and rosemary and ginger. That sounds delicious. I can see your comments, Sister Paula. You are on the right chat. Yes. Yeah, I did mention to you that we were going to talk about the Daniel Fast today. Khan. So yes, you are in the right place, my dear. You are in the right places. So if you haven't already, sisters, please check out our last 2 related episodes, because the last 2 episodes ties in really well with the Daniel Fast. So last week was the longevity blueprint, lessons from the world's healthiest people in the blue zones. These are the centenarians. We talked about those last week. And then the week prior, we talked about the different types of fasting, the benefits, the risk, and how to fast safely. And we did touch very briefly on the Daniel fast during that show. But yeah, I encourage you to go back and watch both of those shows if you haven't seen them already. So, any questions, sisters? I think I got all of your comments. I'm scrolling back just to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Yep, I think I have touched on all of the comments. So sisters, that is our show for tonight. That is the Daniel fast. I encourage you to get the book or just read through the PDF that I dropped in the comment box so you can know more about the Daniel fast. I know this was a real quick introduction really to the Daniel fast. So I would encourage you to read more on it and see if this is something that may work for you or not. But I really like how I feel. I remember back then when I was on the Daniel fast. I really liked how I felt, how I do recall back then I was doing a lot though. I was working out a lot during that time as well. So I did see a lot of changes in my body, more definition and stuff like that. But I was really working out hard back then when I did the Daniel fast, when I was doing it consistently. So especially since talking about the centenarians last week, I know that that's something that I really need to step up my game in. Also, it's getting back into, exercising more, not necessarily harder, but consistently. So I mentioned earlier that some of us from the church went on a hike today and this morning, and the children, oh my gosh, they outdid us. The children were amazing on this hike. They and it just brought me back to the story of when we left Egypt and was going into the promised land. And who made it into the promised land? The young ones, right? So yeah, those children today, they were eager and they really enjoyed the hike. And that's something that I need to do more often, is get up and get out in nature. And it's so different when you're out there rather than going to a gym or working out in the house. Just going out in nature. And this morning it felt so good. It just felt so good. Sister Ada says, I do, because I want to start on the 1st of July. Oh, Khan sis. Oh yes, you said that. Yes. Awesome. All praises. Okay, so did you need an accountability partner as well, Sister Ada? Let me know. Sister Kita and I will be here. We'll be here for you. And anybody else that wants to join, please let me know. So this channel is not monetized, but if you find the information that is presented on this channel to be useful and valuable to you, please feel free to give a donation to the cause. Nothing is too small, nothing is too great, because what I do here on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty and Shebrew Royalty LLC, it's a labor of love. It's a labor of love. I enjoy what I just enjoy doing this. And those products, as I'm making those products, and I did get back in this past week, and the creativity started again. And as you can tell from what I featured earlier, our new collection, if you haven't seen that, sisters, go back and watch from the beginning so you can see our new collection on Shebrew Royalty LLC, ShebrewRoyalty.com. But it's really a labor of love. I really enjoy having these shows. I really enjoy having time, this time to spend with you all. And I truly enjoy making these products and seeing how they're really helping others. I've been getting so many great testimonials from people who are using these products. And I encourage you all, please do me a favor if you have been using the products, and even if it's not doing for you what you think it should do, please write a review. I need feedback. I really need feedback on these products. But like I said, I've been getting so many positive reviews, and please do take a few minutes out of your day to just go on ShebrewRoyalty.com and go to the reviews page and submit a review on the product. I really, really appreciate that. But the best way to support us is, once again, visiting ShebrewRoyalty.com and purchasing one of our all organic skincare products made from either our Temple Treasures collection, which is made for the queens, or our Hebrew Royalty collection, specifically crafted for our kings. And now we have the Royal Apothecary Experiences collection. So if you missed it earlier, go to the website and check out what the Royal Apothecary Experiences collection is all about. And don't forget our royalties as well. All right. So let us continue to grow this channel so that the information can reach Shebrews and our royal families throughout the four corners of the earth, and even those that are not Shebrews, right, but are willing to be a part of our community. We are to let our lights shine so that others can be led to the source of the light. Again, I want to thank you all for joining me on another episode of Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. If you enjoyed today's discussion, please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who may be looking for a healthier lifestyle. Please do that. Know that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for us. I pray for y'all all the time. And please pray for me. Keep me in your prayers as well. Keep Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty and Shebrew Royalty LLC in your prayers. We need it, right? So until the Most High brings us back together, may you prosper and continue to be in excellent health. And remember, true healing begins inwardly before it is expressed outwardly. Good night, sis. Good night, sis. You have a great rest of your week as well. Love you. Bye-bye. So until next time, keep sipping with purpose, keep learning, and keep caring for your temple from the inside out. Sister Ada Khan. So I'll see you next time for another cup of tea on Tea Time. And don't ever forget, this is something I want you to remember. You are royalty because you were created by the King of Kings, and his blood runs through your veins. Don't ever forget that. So AHAYAH family, I love you all, and if it's the Most High's will, we'll be back next week for another episode of Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. Same tea time, same tea channel. Good night and blessings. Shalom, sisters. Shalom. Shalom. All praises to the Most High.
Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty.